Thanks to the folks who led the way. Thanks to the folks, let us thank them every day.
Hi there, this is Dave Paltz, and this is the Fresh Toones Show. This is one of my inspirational live shows, and it's dedicated to the Ukrainian people and the tremendous courage that they've shown standing up to the Russian invasion that's currently going on in their country. I know that so many of us are feeling pretty bad for the situation over there and sometimes feel helpless to know what we can do. We can certainly help financially with whatever they need over there, and probably be a good thing to quell some of our anxiety and sadness for what we see going on there. Today's Fresh Toones Show, I'm going to share some of my songs that are related to some of the feelings that I have, and maybe many of you have, for this terrible thing that's happening in Ukraine. This first song that I'm going to play for you is called Humanhood, and it starts out with the line, brotherhood, sisterhood, but the best hood is humanhood.
Brotherhood, sisterhood, best of all is humanhood. Broken music we must make whole, room out the goods that we've been sold. Hand out the notes we know ring true, give hope to those consumed in gloom. Brotherhood, sisterhood, best of all is humanhood. Dare we to broach the battle line, the specter of the great divide, forces that disunify those that we must defy. Brotherhood, sisterhood, best of all is humanhood. With fortitude we'll stand steadfast to build the world we hope to cast. We'll raise the mast of fellowship and sail with love into a rest. Brotherhood, sisterhood, best of all is humanhood. Best of all, best of all, best of all is humanhood.
Well, the next song I'm going to play for you is called Freedom Isn't Free. And the Ukrainian people are certainly showing us that he isn't free in their country today, and they're going to fight for it. This song is called Freedom Isn't Free.
Freedom isn't free. Freedom isn't easy. Freedom takes some attention, sometimes requires dissension. There are those who hold the keys and clutch them to their bosom. They would be happy to deprive those struggling for their freedom. Freedom isn't free. Freedom takes some attention, sometimes requires dissension. Some say it's all been settled in Lincoln's proclamation, but sometimes words alone don't provide for liberation. Freedom isn't free. Freedom isn't easy. Freedom takes some attention, sometimes requires dissension. Within our heart of hearts sits some discord to be sorted. Not easy, by no means. We find peace, and then we've nailed it. Freedom is a tree, we must protect her. Let our kindness feed her roots, and let our love help to spread her message.
As the Ukrainian people remain in their struggle for freedom and pay such a high cost in doing it, we can only hope that the angel of justice, which is the name of this next song of mine, prevails, and that things can at some point return to a more normal state and healthy state for all the kids, and they're able to get back to the life that they once knew. This song is called Angel of Justice.
Angel of justice descends from on high, a virtue so brightly floods night with her love. Truth prods us daily do what's right. She compensates those who hold fairness high. Poetic justice, the poets say, rolls down the track. Can't stop that train. Majority seem too often to misjudge the luggage they carry, so hard to overcome. In advantages they've always known, their moral codes flex and just for them. They'll dress up their falsehood, scream the angel's not fair. The angel of justice floats impending above. For those who refuse now, justice will come. The angel of justice will come.
Well, over these last couple of years, many of us have lost loved ones, some of them to COVID. And now we have this on top of all that sadness, this crisis in Ukraine and what we see being done to the civilians there. There's a lot of grief that could overcome us. This next song is called When Grief. Starts out talking about when grief fits us like a glove and we can't seem to get out of the grasp of it. Throws out some ideas of what we might be able to do to get back on the right track and live the life that we want to live. But I'll let this song speak for itself. When Grief.
When your grief fits like a glove and your grasp won't loose the lost. When the sorrow beneath your tears is buried hope and fed your fears, you know where you must go. Take your heart on a lovely stroll to a place you've known before. Find your love and say, let's go. Say, let's go. Say, let's go. When the monsters fill our heads with screams, when our rusted swords no longer gleam, the anguish woe that held us hostage sought to destroy and nearly cost us. We knew where we had to go. Took our heart on a lovely stroll to a place we'd been before, to find our love and say, let's go. Say, let's go. Say, let's go. When all of this and more rains down, let us take a breath and turn around. Though we lamented, we did not lose our love forgiving in what we do. We knew where we had to go. We took our heart on a lovely stroll to a place we'd been before, found our love and said, let's go. We said, let's go.
This is the Fresh Toones Show. And on today's Inspirational Lives episode, I've dedicated it to the Ukrainian people and their courage. Luckily, the Ukrainian people have a leader that's standing up, showing some bravery that's not often shown. So they've certainly been blessed with Vladimir Zelensky. That's a big thing, to have a leader that'll stand up for your country and not bow down to Mr. Putin and call him a genius. As people all around the world sit at home and wonder, what can I do? And I guess if we can come to the realization that we need to do just what we can do. And that's the name of this next song. Just do what you can do. Just do what you can. Just let your love be your friend. When you know just who you are, your life will be your love. Your life will become the vision that you saw long ago. You strive to see the sunlight that finally brought you home. You were always searching for love. You were always digging for love. You were always thinking of love. And now love sings to you. We must become all we can. Reach out and lend our hand. It's the same hand that gave you love, now gives you peace of mind. Your life became the vision that you saw long ago. You strive to see the sunlight that finally brought you home. You were always searching for love. You were always digging for love. You were always thinking of love. And now love sings to you. Sings to you. Sings to you. This next song is a recent song of mine. It's called Eerie Meddler. And it was really about COVID and how it waltzed into our lives and changed them so much. I think the song also has some parallels with what's happening in Ukraine, of this meddler that just marched in and changed their Ukrainians' lives so much. The song's called Eerie Meddler. I guess here comes an eerie meddler.
Yes, just rolled into our lives. Nothing we had expected here on this roller coasted ride. We're stricken with its crowing that threatens and chides our pride. The deal that we've been handed strikes fear so ever wide. Oh, but we must defend, do whatever we can to find the strength to let our love find a way to survive. Afraid we look down at the risk below, but as sure can be, we must hold on to what we know. To panic would be fruitless. Experience has said, can't let the menace conquer. With trust we must defend. Oh, but we must defend, do whatever we can to find the strength to let our love find a way to survive. To let our love, to let our love, to let our love find a way.
Well, I'm going to wrap up today's show dedicated to the courage of the Ukrainian people with a song of mine called If There's a Will, There's a Way. And I don't know any better example that I've seen in many, many years that a people that have the will can accomplish so much. And they can find a way to overcome evil, if you want to call it that. The song of mine called If There's a Will, There's a Way was really written about some of the issues that we have in this country of equal justice. I think it fits very well with this theme today for being inspired by the Ukrainian people and the courage that they're exhibiting. And in a way, it kind of makes me hopeful that if we can overcome this threat that we're presently experiencing, as we put COVID behind us, hopefully, that'll make us stronger and maybe make us a little more clear-eyed of what really matters and being just and protecting our freedom is. The song is called If There's a Will, There's a Way.
America can't breathe if we refuse to see the things we need to change today. We've worked through harder things, some say this one's too big. There's a will, there is a way. So lift up your eyes now, stand up and say, well, she's not perfect and neither We've got to work together if we want to survive. We've got to use our heads and figure it out, and be brave enough to look at ourselves. 'Cause America can't breathe if we refuse to see the things we need to change today. We've worked through harder things, some say this one's too big. But if there's a will, there is a way. We've got to lift up our eyes now, stand up and say, well, she's not perfect and neither am I. We've got to work together if we want to survive. We've got to use our heads and figure it out. Be brave enough to look at ourselves. America can't breathe if we refuse to see the things we need to change today. We've worked through harder things, some say this one's too big. But if there's a will, there is a way. 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 If there's a will, there is a way.
And that's it for today's Fresh Toones show, dedicated to the Ukrainian people and the courage that they've been showing. Our hopes and prayers go out to them, and hopefully a lot of other things that can help them. Just do what you can do. Have a great week. Be creative. And keep singing your song. Bye now.
Thanks to the folks who led the way. Thanks to the folks, let us thank them every day.